Gustin has tons of different styles of selvage denim jeans on their website. Everything from more traditional styles to more modern, trendy styles. Today, we're gonna look at something a little bit in between. This is the 562 Herringbone Weave Selvedge Denim, and we're gonna try them out with 9 different kinds of cowboy boots so you can see if this jean is gonna be right for you. Let's get into it.
I'm just here to connect ya, and then I'll be on my way.
Hey everybody, my name is Jeremiah Craig. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please subscribe and always like and comment down below. This is a regular feature here on my channel. I love to try different jeans and pants with tons of different kinds of cowboy boots so you can see if they are going to work for you. And one of my favorite features this year has been Gustin. I'm loving the selvage denim, and they reached out to me again and wanted to see if I was interested in, featuring some more selvage denim jeans. And some of their options on their website are way out in left field, like super modern styles. As much fun as I think those might be, I'm not so sure that a lot of the viewers here would be interested in some of those really out in left field modern styles like this or this. So what I chose to feature was maybe something a little bit in between. It has some traditional sort of feel to it, but also a little bit more modern and dressy with this herringbone weave selvage denim jeans. This is the 562, so I'm looking forward to trying these, showing them both stacked and cuffed with each cowboy boot, but we gotta start out with the rundown. Yes, these are the 562 Selvedge Herringbone Denim Jeans from Gustin, and it's the indigo dye color, which is sure to fade in time. These are 100% cotton with a 13-ounce weight denim. And the herringbone weave is such a unique look for jeans. The pattern's use goes back to the Roman Empire. They've got a classic looking busted outseam. They also have a button fly, a hand-stamped leather patch, and they're made in the USA. I chose the straight fit because I found that it works best with cowboy boots, so these jeans sit at the waist and they're straight through the seat and thigh. They got a good leg opening for boots too, at around 15 to 16 inches, but each size has different proportions. There's only 2 inseams for Gustin jeans. Sizes 29 to 33 have a 34 inseam, and everything from 34 up have a 36 inseam. I'm 6'1", 200 pounds. I measured my waist and I ended up with a size 35 because Gustin said that this fabric is just a little bit more forgiving and they kind of stretch out a little bit. And I'm really happy with the size 35 that I went with. And because it is a waist size of 35, it does have a 36 inseam. Be sure to measure yourself and check the chart on their website before ordering. When you order from Gustin's website, you might find a couple of different prices, and that's because they have a crowdfunding price and an in-stock price. They do the crowdfunding so that they can lower the amount of waste that they produce, so that they're only producing the amount of jeans that basically there's demand for, which is really cool and a sustainable way for you to get jeans at a cheaper price too, because oftentimes their crowdfunding price is cheaper than the in-stock price. And before I try on these jeans, I want to show you this shirt that I'm wearing today for the video. It's a monster saddle blanket shirt from Gustin. It's 100% cotton at a 14.5 ounce weight. So they say that this is impossibly dense yet pliable flannel, and it's a great description for it. It feels incredible, and it kind of feels like it's just gonna get better and better with wear. This is also made in the USA, and you can find links to this and the jeans in the description below. Now let's try these jeans on with 9 different kinds of cowboy boots. All right, let's kick things off with a roper boot. This is an Ariat Benchmade Clanton boot using some bison leather. It's got that roper round toe and about 1.25 inches heel, comes up about 10 inches tall, and I'm loving the Gustin jeans right now, guys. This weave kind of makes me feel like it's a more of a dressy type of jean, just because this herringbone is kind of like that dressy feel. It's kind of like, it makes me feel of a little bit like a vintage sort of design, but also kind of modern at the same time. Modern dressy, but also vintage. So it's kind of in between a lot of the styles that they have on Gustin's website. more traditional, just plain old selvage denim to some of the more patchy, sort of artistic, modern designs they have there. So I'm really digging this look. Now let's try it cuffed. All right, here are those Ariat Benchmade Clanton ropers with the cuff down there, and I really like how it's inverse herringbone weave. It just looks so cool in contrast with the herringbone weave that we have of the selvage denim. Indigo dye here, then you get that other side. It's just really cool contrast, especially with that selvage ID busted out seam there. That looks really cool. You know, it looks classic, but also looks kind of fancy at the same time. I know a lot of folks who wear boots aren't really a big fan of the cuffed look. I'm coming around to it the more that I wear jeans. You know, it's kind of a controversial thing in the Western wear space. A lot of people say, oh, don't cuff your jeans, that looks hipster. And other people are like, no, it's actually kind of traditional. I'm gonna do it anyways. So you do what you want at the end of the day, and that's why I'm showing both of them here. Now let's try these jeans with a U-toe cowboy boot. All right, here's a U-toe cowboy boot example, kind of similar to the Roper round toe, maybe a little bit more narrow. This is a Hondo 85-55 with that round toe and about 1.5 inch heel. Comes up about 13 inches tall, and all of these Gustin jeans that I've tried have been straight cut, and I've really liked it, that cut for cowboy boots. I feel like it works with pretty much everything. Every time that we try them here on the channel, this is the third Gustin jean video that I've done this year. I've been loving the Gustin jeans, especially the 567, that vintage army color. I've been wearing those a lot, and I've really been enjoying them. Now let's try this jean, this look, cuffed. All right, here we have those Hondo 85-55s with a cuffed look, and looks pretty cool. I'm enjoying this classic look here. These are classic boots from Hondo, just really traditionally made boots with a traditional yet kind of almost modern looking Gustin selvage denim jean. It just works. I feel like this really works, but I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Now let's try this jean with an R-toe. All right, here's an R-toe. This is a more medium round toe. This is a JW Boot Company signature line Ithaca boot with about 1.5 inch heel, and it comes up about 13 inches tall. I'm really liking the color of this boot with the herringbone design, the herringbone weave. It looks great. A lot of these boots today are brown. It just sort of worked out like that. Sometimes I like to show some different colors, but I wanted to show some different types of boots than what I did in the other Gustin videos, and they just end up being brown except for one pair. So I like the lighter color with this sort of design. Now let's try this look cuffed. Here's the Ithaca boot with the cuffed example, and again here, it's looking super classic. These, again, are traditionally made cowboy boots, and I really like how they're shaped with the sort of bottle curve here on these boots. There aren't many factories that do that. It's the Don Quixote factory down in Mexico, and they make beautiful boots. Every brand that carries these boots kind of has that look, and it's going really well with the cuffed style. Let me know what you think. Now let's move over to a more narrow round in the J-toe. All right, here it is with a J-toe. This is a narrow round toe boot from BNV. It's a water buffalo calf boot with about 1.5 inches or 1.75 inch heel, and it comes up about 13 inches tall. This one in particular has my brand in the top from a limited release that I did a few years ago with the brand. And this again looks really good. I like the lighter color boots with this sort of weave, herringbone weave. They feel great. I love how they fit around the legs. I think that the straight fit Gustin jeans work great with cowboy boots, including the 1968 ones that I tried first. They have the perfect leg opening for a lot of these more sort of narrow round toe boots, or narrow square toes like the Snip Toes if we're gonna look at it in a second here. So perfect leg opening for boots, but I wanna know your thoughts. Now let's check out this look cuffed. These BNV boots are looking amazing. Again, just a classic look here with that J-toe. So this is a toe shape that's not really popular nowadays, but the folks who do wear it, they pull it off, and they pull it off big time. So this combination is sort of the perfect combination as far as I'm concerned, with the cuffed look on the herringbone weave and the J-toe, just kind of classic and modern at the same time. It's working, it's working. I might have to do this quite a bit, but I wanna know your thoughts. Now let's move on over to a Snip Toe. We have a Snip Toe. This is a Cowtown ostrich boot. It's got about a 1.5 inch heel. It comes up about 13 inches tall. This is a good combo too. I feel like this weave is more of a dressy sort of look, like I mentioned before. And of course, you got the dressy boots with ostrich leather. I think this goes really well together, but let me know what you think. Also, if you guys are interested in any of these boots, I got links to all of them in the description, both my video and links to where you can buy them online. A lot of times they're affiliate links, so when you purchase through those links, it helps support my channel. Now let's try this cuffed. Here's our ostrich Snip Toe example with the herringbone Gustin jeans cuffed, and I think it looks pretty okay. You know, I kind of like some of the other ones before this a little bit better. I might like this stacked, this combination with my jeans stacked a little bit more, and oftentimes I'll just do stacked anyways. I'm kind of playing around with the cuff a little bit more recently, but in general, I like to stack my jeans just because it's more comfortable when you're, you know, sitting, when you're, you know, kind of bending over. Your jeans don't ride up as much, especially if it's a 100% cotton jean like these Gustins are. You know, there's a little bit less give, and when you stack your jeans, it's just a little bit more comfortable when you're sitting down and standing up, or sitting down, standing up, doing a lot of things up and down all day. Stacking your jeans, I just find, is a little bit more comfortable. But when you want to get dressy, I think the cuff does look pretty good. All right, here we have a French toe example. This is a Boulet 8509 Cayman belly boot. It's got about 1.5 inch heel, and it comes up about 12 inches tall. This is a great example of how this jean goes with so many different kinds of boots. If you've seen a lot of jeans videos here on this channel, you've noticed that a lot of jeans swallow this boot right up, and it looks so silly. But this works with the narrow square toe, a little bit more wider of a boot with a wider of a top, and also the French toe, which is just a little bit more small and has a little bit more narrow of a top. So very versatile jeans that can go with all types of boots from what we've seen so far. All right, let's try a narrow square toe, or kind of a cutter toe, with the Chisos number 2 here. It's got about 1.5 inch heel, and it comes up about 10 to 11 inches tall. This is a good look as well. You know, I feel like all these boots are just dressed up a little bit with the herringbone weave on these jeans. So it's a really easy way to, you know, have the comfort of a denim jean, also get a little bit of a fade in the future, but you know, right when they come and they're still nicely indigo and starchy and stuff, they feel very dressy. That might change as they fade, but right now I feel pretty damn fancy in these jeans. Might be the shirt too. Now let's try this look cuffed. I think that looks pretty cool. Not bad at all. This is a good combo. You know, it's kind of giving me the feeling of the J-toes as well. It's kind of got a traditional yet modern feel to it, which is sort of the whole vibe that I'm getting from these jeans. So I feel like when you kind of mix that traditional and modern, and you have a little bit of inspiration from both worlds, and you just do it in the boots and the jeans, it comes together perfectly. But let me know what you think. Now let's try a Buckaroo boot with these jeans. All right, this is the only black boot for today. This is a Hondo Buckaroo boot, model number 3478. It's got a square toe, about a 2 1/4 inch heel with a pretty massive spur shelf on there. And here's the Buckaroo part. It comes up 16 inches tall. Check that out. So this jean is doing a really good job covering up all of that leather on these tall tops. And I like the stacked look when it comes to a boot with a spur shelf, just because if it's a little bit shorter, maybe it's cuffed, that spur shelf juts out quite a bit. And we can see that right now with these jeans cuffed. All right, here's that Hondo 3478 cuffed. And you can see what I mean. Like that spur shelf just juts right out there quite a bit. I kind of like that a little bit more when it's stacked, you know? It provides a little bit more material down there and it kind of fills out that space a little bit more. When you cuff it, that spur shelf sticks right out. And if you're not wearing spurs, then just go stacked, I guess, you know? I'm not a huge fan of cuffing jeans with Buckaroo boots, especially because the ones with the spur shelf, it kind of just juts right out there. I prefer the stack look with this, but let me know what you think. We got one more boot, and it's the wide square. All right, here's our last boot of the day. This is a wide square toe with a double stitch welt boot. It's got about 1 1/4 inch heel, and it comes up about 10 inches tall. This is an Ariat hybrid rancher boot, and it works great here as well. It just shows the versatility that these jeans have, going with all different kinds of cowboy boots. Doesn't matter what kind of cowboy boots you have, these jeans are gonna go with them. Now let's try it cuffed. Here's the wide square toe double stitch welt example with it cuffed, and it looks pretty good, you know? This is a more modern type boot, so I kind of feel like it's lacking on the classicness that we saw with the narrow square toe and the J toe especially, and maybe a little bit of the R toe with that JW Boot Company boot, but I think it works all around. I think these jeans work with every kind of cowboy boot, maybe not always cuffed, but hey, that depends on your personal style. You do what you want to do. That's what I say. I want to know your thoughts of these Gustin 562 Herringbone Selvedge Denim jeans down in the comments. I got links to both the jeans and the shirt down there. Let me know what you think, and if you made it this far, please subscribe. Love you guys a lot, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Herringbone, California sewn. Those Gustin jeans fit just right, with boots day or night. And how nice is herringbone? Thanks so much for watching today. Why don't you check out this other Gustin jeans video up here? Or I got a music video down here I think you might enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe up here, and I will see you next time. Peace. Have a good one.